You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. I'm Nicholas Callis. These are your game recaps, standing updates, and league leaders from Monday, June the 29th, 2020. The Yankees and Orioles played each other in an AL East matchup. Final score of this game, 7-4. The Yankees came out on top. Keegan Akin, a prospect in the Orioles system, made his Major League debut in this game today, and he got the losing decision. Jordan Montgomery got the win. He's now 9-3, and Aroldis Chapman earned the save for the Yanks, his 17th of the season. The Mariners and Red Sox played each other, two teams toward the bottom of their respective divisions, and this was a close offensive game. Pitching did not stand out, but offense did. The Mariners 7 runs on 13 hits, the Red Sox 9 runs on 13 hits. The Red Sox came out on top early. They got 5 in the first and 2 in the second. Then the Mariners came back with a 6-run 5th inning. They also got a run in the 6th that tied the game, but then the Red Sox put up the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 7th, put up an extra run in the bottom of the 8th, and the Mariners could not respond in the final 3 innings of regulation in this game, and they ended up losing. Heath Hembree got the win, Carl Edwards Jr. got the loss, and Brandon Workman earned his 24th save of the season. The Angels beat the Rays in this game, 4-1 the final score, though the Rays out-hit the Angels 10-8. The Angels scored first in the first inning. The Rays tied it up in the 4th, but then the Angels struck for 3 runs in the top of the 8th inning, which gave them the lead, a lead that the Rays could not respond to. The Rays fell short 3 runs. Keenan Middleton got the win, Chaz Rowe got the loss, and Hansel Robles earned his 25th save of the year. In Interleague Baseball, the Braves beat the Rangers 7-6 the final score, though the Rangers out-hit the Braves 14-13. Felix Hernandez got the win, Corey Kluber got the loss, and Will Smith earned his 28th save of the season. Another interleague game, the Marlins played the Athletics. This one a close game, 3-2 the final score. The Athletics came out on top. The Marlins scored both of their runs in the second inning, but the Athletics continuously chipped away. They put 1 run up in the second, 1 run up in the 4th, and 1 run up in the 6th, which was all it needed, and the Marlins could not come back. Paul Blackburn got the win, Eliezer Hernandez got the loss, and Liam Hendricks up to 31 saves now on the year with the A's. The Indians shut out the Astros 4-0 the final score of this game. Not only a shutout, but the Astros managed to get just 1 hit in this entire game. Mike Clevenger got the win, Jose Urquidy got the loss, and Emmanuel Clase earned his 2nd save of the season. The Diamondbacks and Phillies played each other. Not the longest game we've seen this year, but it's close. 17 innings, and the Diamondbacks came out on top, and man, both of these teams battled till the very end. It was tied after 9 innings, and you see in the 14th, each team put up a run, which extended it even further. It took till the 17th inning for a final to take place. The Diamondbacks scored 3 runs, even though the Phillies did score a run in the bottom of the 17th inning. It wasn't enough, and they fell short 2 runs. Guerra got the win in this one. Dominguez got the loss, and Chafin earned his 2nd save of the year. The Brewers and Cubs played each other in an NL Central matchup, and the Cubs wiped the floor with the Brewers. 14-2 the final score of this game. What's even more impressive is just 3 players were responsible for all 14 of those runs. Kyle Schwarber hit 2 3-run home runs, totaling 6 RBIs in the game. Victor Caratini hit a 2 RBI double and then hit 2 2-run home runs, which gave him 6 total, and then Anthony Rizzo responsible for the other 2. He had a 2-run home run in this game. Jarrell Cotton got the win. Brett Anderson got the loss. The Rockies and Pirates played each other, 2 teams toward the bottom of their respective divisions in the National League. The Pirates came out on top, 4-1 the final score, though both teams got 6 hits in this one. Mitch Keller got the win. Antonio Senzatella got the loss, and Keone Kela now with 18 saves on the season. The Reds and Dodgers played each other in a close game, 3-2. The final score of this one. The Reds made a comeback in the top of the 7th inning. They tied the game at 2 against the Dodgers, but the Dodgers responded immediately with a 1-run bottom of the 7th inning, which turned out to be the game-winning run for them. Kenley Jansen locked down the save in the 9th, his 29th of the year. Clayton Kershaw earned the win on the mound with the Dodgers, and Robert Stevenson gave up the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 7th. He got hit with the loss, his 1st of the year. And the Nationals and Cardinals played each other, and the Cardinals won by a lopsided amount, 10-1. The final score of this game, and all runs were finalized after the 4th inning concluded. Nobody scored from the 5th inning on. The Cardinals got 2 in the bottom of the 1st inning. They got 5 in the bottom of the 3rd and 3 in the bottom of the 4th. The Nats could only score in the 1st inning, and they fell short 9 runs. Miles Michaelis got the win. his 6th of the year, and Joe Ross got the loss. Well, let's look at standings now, starting in the American League East. The New York Yankees, 51-34, still at the top of this division. They won today. The Blue Jays fell back a half game because they didn't play today, but the Yankees won, so the Blue Jays now 1.5 games back of the Yankees with a 49-35 record. The Rays are 41-45. They're 10.5 games back. The Red Sox 40-45. They won 5 games in a row. They're 11 games back of the Yankees, and the Orioles still in last place. They lost today to the Yankees. Their losing streak is extended to 9 games. And they're 34-51, 17 games back. In the Central, the American League Central, the Minnesota Twins, 58-27, still at the top of this division, though they no longer can say they have the best record in baseball. They're tied with the Dodgers now. They each have 58-27 records, and you'll see the Dodgers where they stand when we get to the NL West. But the White Sox in second place with a 50-35 record. They're 8 games back. They've lost 3 in a row. The Indians are 48-37, 10 games back on a 2-game winning streak. The Tigers 34-50, 23.5 games back. They've won 3 games in a row. And the Royals are still in last place, also still at 30 wins. They're 30-55, 28 games back. In the American League West, the Oakland Athletics are 53-32, still at the top of this division. They've won 4 games in a row. They beat the Marlins today. The Astros are 47-36, 5 games back. They've lost 2 games in a row most recently. The Angels are 41-43, 11.5 games back. The Rangers 35-51, 18.5 games back. And the Mariners are still in last place. They're 30-56, 23.5 games back. And they lost to the Red Sox today. Wildcard standings look like this in the American League. The White Sox are 50-35. They have the top spot. The Blue Jays catching up with the White Sox. The Blue Jays a half game back of that first wildcard spot. Then you have the Indians and the Astros, who are each a game and a half back. The Indians with a 48-37 record. The Astros 47-36. Every other team in the American League has a winning percentage under 500 and is at least 8 games back of a wildcard spot. In the National League East, the Washington Nationals still lead with a 50-35 record. The Braves and the Marlins tied for second place. Each of them are 55-40, and they're each 5 games back of the division lead. The Phillies 39-45, 10.5 games back, and the Mets are in last place still with a 38-46 record. They're 11.5 games back, but they've won 5 games in a row, and they're about to catch up to the Phillies if the Phillies can't get off the schneid. In the National League Central, the St. Louis Cardinals 49-36. They're still at the top of the division, 1 win away from 50. The Cubs have been hot recently. They beat the Reds. They've also won 9 of their last 10 games. They're 44-41, 5 games back of the Cards. The Brewers 39-44. They're 9 games back. The Reds lost today. They're 34-51, 15 games back. And the Pirates still in last place with a 32-52 record. They're 16.5 games back. In the National League West, the Los Angeles Dodgers continue to lead, and as previously mentioned, the Dodgers are now tied with the Twins for the best record in all of Major League Baseball at 58-27. The Dodgers have won 5 games in a row and 8 of their last 10. The Diamondbacks in second place, doing well, but overshadowed by that dominant Dodgers team, though the Diamondbacks still 47-38. They're 11 games back of the Dodgers for first place. The Padres are 44-40, 13.5 games back. They've lost 4 games in a row. The Rockies are 33-51. They lost to the Pirates today. They're 24.5 games back. And the Giants still in last place. They've lost 5 games in a row. They're 32-52. They're 25.5 games back of the Dodgers for first place. And the National League wildcard standings look like this. The Diamondbacks have the number 1 spot with a 47-38 record. Then you have the Braves and the Marlins, who are both tied for second place in the NL East. They're also tied for the second wildcard spot in the National League. The Padres a half game back with a 44-40 record. The Cubs also in contention to this point in the season. They're 44-41. They're a game back. Every other team in the National League has a winning percentage under 500 and is at least 5 games back of a wildcard spot. Let's take a look at league leaders now, starting with batting average leaders in the American League. Miguel Cabrera at the top with a 341 average. Chris Davis second best with a 335, and JD Martinez third best with a 331. In the National League, Paul Goldschmidt still leads with a 357, being caught up to, though, by Jonathan Villar, who's at a 351, and Ronald Acuna Jr. rounds up the top 3 with a 339. Hits leaders in the American League, Miguel Andujar is at 115. His teammate DJ LeMahieu second best with 113, and JD Martinez of the Red Sox third best with 112. In the National League, Jonathan Villar is at 126. Paul Goldschmidt second best with 111, and Ronald Acuna Jr. third best with 105. At bat leaders in the American League, Jose Abreu is at 349. In the National League, Jonathan Villar leads with 359. Doubles leaders in the American League, Anthony Rendon's at 30, Giancarlo Stanton second best with 26, and Jose Abreu third best with 25. In the National League, Jonathan Villar leads with 39, 8 behind him is Christian Yelich with 31. Nicholas Castellanos and Trey Turner tied for third best with 26. Triples leaders in the American League, Jose Altuve and Adalberto Mondesi each tied for the top spot with 6. Adam Eaton and Steven Piscotty still tied for third best with 5. In the National League, Jonathan Villar has 10, Victor Robles second best with 6, and Chris Bryant, Hunter Pence, and Cody Bellinger all tied for third best with 5. Home run leaders in the American League, Justin Upton has 30, and there's a three-way tie for second best. J.D. Martinez, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., and Chris Davis all have 26. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. has 31, Paul Goldschmidt second best with 28. Freddie Freeman and Jock Peterson each tied for third best with 23. RBI leaders in the American League, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. has 86 behind him is Chris Davis with 74, and Jorge Soler third best with 70. In the National League, Paul Goldschmidt has 79, Christian Yelich 13 behind him with 66. Cody Bellinger and Freddie Freeman are tied for third best with 65. Run scored leaders in the American League, J.D. Martinez has 66. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. has 72. Stolen base leaders in the American League, Adalberto Mondesi has 20. Malik Smith and D. Gordon, Mariner teammates, tied for second best with 18. In the National League, Starling Marte's up to 29 now, 2 ahead of Trey Turner, who has 27. And Jonathan Villar rounds out the top 3 with 22. Walks leaders in the American League, Alex Bregman has 55. In the National League, Mookie Betts has 60. On-base percentage leaders in the American League, Alex Bregman at the top with a .419 on-base percentage, Miguel Cabrera second best with a .415, and Chris Davis third best with a .414. In the National League, Paul Goldschmidt has a .453, Christian Yelich second best with a .436, and Ronald Acuna Jr. third best with a .425. Slugging percentage leaders in the American League, Josh Donaldson at the top with a .644, Chris Davis second best with a .634, and J.D. Martinez rounds out the top 3 with a .627. In the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. has a .732, Paul Goldschmidt second best with a .711, and Christian Yelich third best with a .668. On-base percentage plus slugging percentage leaders in the American League, Josh Donaldson at the top with a 1.053, Chris Davis second best with a 1.048, and J.D. Martinez rounds out the top 3 with a 1.030. In the National League, Paul Goldschmidt has a 1.163, Ronald Acuna Jr. second best with a 1.158, and Christian Yelich third best with a 1.104. Moving on to pitcher leaderboards, starting with wins leaders in the American League. Kenta Maeda and Hyunjin Ryu have the most with 10. Jordan Montgomery and Jake Odorizzi tied for third best with 9. In the National League, Walker Buehler has 11. Steven Strasburg and Jimmy Nelson tied for second best with 9. Losses leaders in the American League, Chris Bassett and Kenta Maeda each have no losses on the year. They're still undefeated. They're at the top of this leaderboard. In the National League, Walker Buehler, Marcus Stroman, and Steven Strasburg each have the least amount of losses in the NL with 2. Saves leaders in the American League, Liam Hendricks up to 31, Brad Hand second best with 29, Hansel Robles and Roberto Ozuna tied for third best with 25. In the National League, Giovanni Gallegos has 30, Kenley Jansen earned his 29th save today. That ties him with Craig Kimbrell for second best on this leaderboard. They both have 29. ERA leaders in the American League, Kenta Maeda has the lowest among those who qualify with a 2.38. Mike Minor second best with a 2.60, and Jake Odorizzi top 3. He's at a 2.67. In the National League, Marcus Stroman under 2. He's at a 1.94, and second best is Walker Buehler with a 2.14, and Steven Strasburg rounds out the top 3 with a 2.44. Home runs allowed among American League pitchers, Mike Minor and Gio Gonzalez have allowed the least with 7. In the National League, Marcus Stroman has allowed the least amount with 5. Shutout leaders in the American League, Garrett Cole and Masahiro Tanaka each have thrown 3 complete game shutouts this year. Jake Odorizzi third best with 2. In the National League, Jacob deGrom's up to 3. There's a 4-way tie for second best. Merrill Kelly, Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler, and Walker Buehler have all thrown 2. Strikeout leaders in the American League, Garrett Cole the leader with 144, Lucas Giolito second best with 126, and Carlos Carrasco third best with 119. In the National League, Clayton Kershaw put on an 8-strikeout performance in the game today against the Reds. He's up to 144 now, still the leader in the National League. Steven Strasburg 3 behind him with 141, and Robbie Ray rounds out the top 3 with 129. Complete games thrown among American League pitchers, Garrett Cole and Masahiro Tanaka each have thrown 3. Jake Odorizzi and Aaron Savali have each thrown 2. In the National League, Jacob deGrom, Aaron Nola, and Zach Wheeler have each thrown 3 complete games, which fill out the top 3 spots on this leaderboard. Innings pitched leaders in the American League, Hyunjin Ryu has the most with 116 and a third innings recorded. In the National League, Clayton Kershaw has 124 innings recorded, putting him at the top of this list. Walks allowed among American League pitchers. Carlos Carrasco has allowed the least amount with 16. In the National League, Marcus Stroman has allowed the least amount with 22. Whip leaders in the American League, Jake Odorizzi's at a 107, the lowest in the AL. Carlos Carrasco second best with a 108. Dylan Bundy third best with a 109. In the National League, Aaron Nola's at a 1, Marcus Stroman second best with a 102, and Clayton Kershaw third best with a 105. Pitching WAR leaders in the American League, Shane Bieber has the highest with a 2.8. Masahiro Tanaka is second best with a 2.6. Jake Odorizzi and Carlos Carrasco close to each other. They're 3 and 4 on this list. They each have a 2.5. In the National League, Steven Strasburg up to a 3. Aaron Nola and Robbie Ray are each at a 2.9. Those three are the top 3 on this leaderboard. Batting WAR leaders in the American League, Marcus Semien has a 5.4. DJ LeMahieu second best with a 4.9. Alex Bregman and Yohan Moncada 3 and 4 on the list with a 4.7. And in the National League, Ronald Acuna Jr. pushing 7 now. He's at a 6.6. Christian Yelich close to 6. He's at a 5.9. And Paul Goldschmidt third best with a 5.4. These have been your game recaps, standing updates, and league leaders from Monday, June the 29th, 2020. I'm Nicholas Callis. You've been watching Major League Baseball's virtual network.